Hi, today we're talking about letting go and focusing on what matters. And I think it's hilarious that I have had to pre record this live video for you, and you're watching it on the 17th of March because I'm on a boat right now as you're watching. I'm out in the middle of the ocean swimming with whales with no cell or internet, and I had to let go of recording this video live twice on my way to get here, to realizing, okay, this just needs to be pre-recorded and you'll see it at our usual time on Thursday. So first of all, I'm Marie Elizabeth Molly. I'm a relationship alchemist. I help people get what they want out of their relationships and also to show up powerfully in them. And one of the ways that I suggest to learn how to be more powerful and more aligned in your relationships is first having awareness about where you're doing great and where you're not doing so great. And to that end, I've created an assessment. I have one assessment for people who are currently in relationships and another assessment for people who are currently single. And I recommend that you start by taking this assessment, and that will give you a clear sense of what to work on, where to put your attention, where you need to focus to have more of what you want. So in our relationships, it's so easy to, romantic and otherwise, it's so easy to fall into resentment and grudges and anger when things don't go the way we want them to, right? And so I have a few ideas for how to work with that. The first is to get really clear about this thing that you want that's not turning out exactly as you want it. How badly do you want it? In other words, is this a surface level desire that you can let go of because it wasn't such a big deal? Or is this something that you actually need to advocate more clearly for yourself about because it's something that you really want, that's important to you, that maybe even is at the level of a need? And so the second part is to ask yourself, how clear was I when I communicated about this desire? Did I just kind of hope it would happen? Did I float a vague phrase and hope that whoever I was talking to picked up on, oh, they want this? Or were you super clear about this is something important to me and I want this, so how do we make this happen? So if you have not yet been clear about your desire and you're resentful because you're not getting it, hello, the letting go that has to happen is your commitment to vagueness, and you need to be more explicit. Give the people you love more of a chance to love you and give to you in the ways that feel good to you by being clear about what that looks like. Don't punish them for not knowing how. We, as we know, the 5 love languages, we all give and receive love in different ways natively. And there often is a bit of education that needs to happen if how we want love or need attention or any of the things is different from the people around us, because they're not going to know to do that till we let them know. So the next piece to consider is, how rigid are you being? Are you only allowing a desire to come to you if it comes in this certain way? One of my teachers said, when you are overly specific, when you're very prescriptive about how something has to come to you, that's like asking God to work through a straw. And I say the same thing in relationships. If your desire can only come to you in a very specific way that you've decided is the only way, then you're asking your partner to work through a straw. There might be another way that your desire could be fulfilled that you're not even realizing because you've got your blinders on and you're not able to receive. You're not open to receive. So quit asking the universe to work through a straw because your vision is limited. Open your vision. Open your receptivity. Be clear about your desire and then open your receptivity. And remember that rigidity blocks connection. And your freedom lies in being able to respond to what's actually happening in front of you, around you, within you. You are at choice in how you respond to life. And your freedom rests in remembering that. That is what matters. Not that what you want come to you exactly only in the way that you've decided is the best way. Because sometimes you don't really know what's best, right? We don't always know what's best. All we know is our little fixed idea of what we think is best. And then your loved one or the universe or something greater, might be like, hello, yeah, this other way actually would be better if you could just open up and see it. Right? And here we are. No, it has to, Anyway, I'm going to recap. So today we're talking about letting go and focusing on what matters. And the first piece of that is recognizing the thing that you're wanting right now, that you're having a hard time letting go of. What level of desire is it? Is it a surface level of desire that is a nice to have that you could let go of, that's not that actually that big a deal, even though you're fixated on it right now? Or is it a deeper desire that you want to spend some energy advocating for because it really does matter, and it might even be the level of a need? And part two is recognizing how clearly have you asked for this desire? Did you float some vague thing hoping people would just pick it up? Or were you very clear? Hey, this thing, I really want it. How can we make this happen? The third piece is, do you have assumptions about having to fight for what you want? And if so, that could be the letting go that you need to do. Letting go of the idea that you have to fight for your desire, and instead try on the stance that the people who love you actually want to give to you. They want to love you. They just may not know exactly the best way how, and it's on you to tell them and teach them how to love you well. And part four is, how rigid are you being? Are you asking the universe to work through a straw? Is there a place where you need to open your receptivity? Maybe it doesn't come exactly the way you thought it should come, but that doesn't mean it's not coming. That doesn't mean you can never have it. It just means maybe your vision was too small. Your blinders are on, and you're not open and at choice and receiving what's actually happening in the present moment and responding with agency to what's happening. I'm Marie Elizabeth Molly, and I'm a relationship alchemist. I help people get more of what they want in their relationships and show up powerfully in order to have that. And I have 2 assessments, one for partnered people, one for single people. I suggest you start there. Get a sense of what's working great already and where you could put your attention to have things work better for you. Takes about 4 or 5 minutes, and I'll drop the link here in the description. You'll find the link. I look forward to seeing you next week. Follow my page, or wherever you're watching this, like and follow so that you get notified about these lives, these future lives happening weekly. And until next time, remember that a great relationship starts with you.